Hi guys, we're back with another video on two-step equations. This is going to be another long one. I'm just going to go over certain steps, certain two-step equations multiple times so you can get the practice. Here's the first one. 2x plus 4 equals 14. Remember that the first step here is you're going to move this over to plus 4, so you would subtract 4. That would give you 2x equals 10. And then divide by 2, x equals 5. Right? These are, you move this over and then divide. This one, same type of problem. So move 10 over. And then divide by 3. Right? The opposite of this multiplication is division. Remember, you want to get the variable by itself. So in this one, even though the variable is on the right, your first step is still the same. You're still getting this variable by itself, so you still have to move this over. So this will be 8 equals 4x, and then divide by 4. 2 equals x. Now here's a different type. X divided by 4 plus 2 equals 6. You want to move this plus 2 over, so subtract 2. X divided by 4 equals 4, right? Because this cancels. We're going to multiply bottom number of a fraction. You multiply. These cancel. X equals 16. On this one, x divided by 5 minus 6 equals 8. I'm going to move minus 6 over. So that's plus 6. X divided by 5 equals 14. And a bottom number of a fraction, I multiply. X equals 70. Right, this is two steps over and over again. Usually it's going to be, again, they're solving for this x. So you want to move this 2 over, minus 2. And then the bottom number of a fraction, you're going to multiply by 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then this side is just x. X equals 9. This one's a little different because it's the big fraction. So your first step is to multiply by 4. And then these cancel, and you just have x plus 5 on this side and 24 on this side. And then the next step, subtract 5. All right. Same thing, we're going to multiply to get rid of the fraction. These cancel. X minus 7 equals 6. Add 7. X equals 13. And again, the same thing. The only difference is it's the variables on the right. But you still have to get rid of this fraction. So I'm going to times 4. 4 times 2 is 8. These cancel, and I just have x minus 6. Then I need to get the variable by itself, so I'm going to add 6. 14 equals x. So that went faster than I thought I was going to, but it is, we have done it a lot. So hopefully it makes sense. We're going to go to multi-step. I'm going to do a little bit of multi-step. On a problem like this, your first step here in this problem would be to distribute this 4, right? Right, there's a parentheses with the number on next to it. So we need to multiply this number to everything inside. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times this negative 6 is negative 24 equals 8. And now, just like now, it turns into a two-step like before, right? We add 24 to both sides. 8x equals 32 because this cancels, and 8 plus 24 is 32. And then we divide by 8. So even though it's multi-step, it's still after you distribute, it's back to what we know, right? We distribute negative 4x minus 6 equals 12. Add 6. Negative 4x equals 18. And then I'm going to divide by negative 4. And x equals negative, this would be 4.5, 4.5. Right, so multi-step, but the only extra step is distribute first. Same thing, we're going to distribute negative 1/2 times 2 is negative x, or 1x, and then negative 1/2 times 6 is negative 3. So I'm going to add 3. Now, the only thing here is this is negative x equals 23. We don't want the negative x, we want positive x. So we have to get rid of this negative sign. So to get rid of it, we would divide it by a negative 1. Divide both sides by negative 1. And that turns in x equals negative 23. Another way to think about this really is if you want to get rid of this negative here, you change it to positive and then change the sign. Whatever the sign may be, change it. In this case, it's positive, so we're going to turn it to negative. But the way to do it with math is to divide by negative 1. So here's another one where there's variables on both sides. So I'm going to get the variable to the left. So I'm going to move this 4x over. That gives me negative 2x plus 7 equals negative 11. Now I'm going to move this 7 over, minus 7. That's going to give me negative 2x equals negative 18. And then I'm going to divide by negative 2. That's going to give me x equals 9. Here's another one, same thing with x's on both sides. I'm going to move them to the left. So I'm going to move this 3x over by subtraction. X minus 3x is negative 2x minus 5 equals negative 20 because this cancels. I'm going to add 5 to both sides to move this 5 over. Negative 2x equals 15. And then one step, divide by 2, negative 2. X equals negative 7.5. I might be going a little faster, but again, we didn't really add anything too much. This one, we're adding something in. When you have two fractions over, the easiest way to simplify these is, remember, you're going to multiply by the bottom fraction. So if we multiply by 4 on both sides, this would cancel, and we get 2x minus 6 equals 12x plus 20 over 2. And then multiply by 2, and we would get 4x minus 12 equals 12x plus 12x plus 20. Right, I'm going to show that again. I multiplied by the 4, so I got rid of this fraction. And then I multiplied 4 to the top. When you multiply by a number, you don't multiply to the bottom, just to the top. So 4 times 3x is 12x, 4 times 5 is 20. And it's over 2. Now to get rid of this fraction, I multiply both sides by 2. 4x, 2 times 2x is 4x, 2 times negative 6 is 12. And these cancel, I'm just left with that. And now we're back to just solving, a multi-step equation. I'm going to move the 12x over. And then move the 12 over. And then I need to extend this. And then I'm going to divide by by -8. Both sides, and I have x equals -4. So now let me show you the easiest way. The easiest way is to cross multiply. You take this 5 and you multiply it to this, and 10's multiplied to this. When you have fractions on both sides, this is the easiest way. So first I'll do the 10 up here, 40x plus 20. And then the 5 up here, the 5 has to go to this and to this, just like the 10 had to go to the 2 and the 4. So that would be 40x plus 20. And you would solve it, which I'm not going to because there's a mistake, but also because I want to do it again. This will give me a crazy number. So again, we're going to cross multiply. The 10 goes up here and the 5 goes up here. So the 5 times 3x plus 2 would be 15x plus 10. And then the 10 times the x plus 4 would be 10x plus 40. I'm going to move this over. I have 5x plus 10 equals 40. I'm going to subtract 10. 5x equals 30. Then I'm going to divide by 5. X equals 6. All right, so that's all I was going to do today. And it did go quicker than I thought. I'll give you the link to this video in Edpuzzle and outside of Edpuzzle if you need to watch it for a review. All right, that is it. Let me stop.